Hi, Ivan here with another video in our Keep Haircutting Simple series. Haircutting's supposed to be simple. Haircutting's supposed to be fun. Let's not make it tricky. Let's not make it complicated. Today we're going to be talking more about fringe, about bangs, about hair at the front of a lot of our hairstyles. And what I want to talk about today is cutting an angled or side swept fringe. Now, once we scale out the area that is going to be our front fringe, and in this case we're going to part that off, and we're going to use one of our trusty hair grippers to segregate that, and we're going to part off the other side, and we're going to use one of our trusty hair grippers to segregate that. Once we've determined what area is or what our section is for our front fringe, I want to share an idea with you based on a simple principle of haircutting, and that is what is called the principle of over-direction. Over-direction is the idea, and I've got a little hair in here that doesn't belong. I want to make sure I take it out. And see how it bends to the side like that? That is absolutely part of side hair and not necessarily part of fringe. So, take that gripper back out and segregate that again. Okay, I've got my fringe section, and I want my fringe sweeping to that side, what would be called longer to the left in this client's case. Over direction is the idea that length increases opposite the cutting point. I'll say that again. Length increases opposite the cutting point. What that means is when we move hair out of its natural direction, and different educational programs and systems use different verbiage or language for some of these things, but we'll say when we move, this would be its natural direction. It falls straight down like that. If I cut that straight across, the fringe will be straight across, and I can do that. I can cut straight across on that if that's what I want. But if we want fringe that is longer to the left and shorter to the right, we want to use the principle of over direction to acknowledge that length increases opposite the cutting point. Let me show you what I mean. You see what that fringe looks like that. I'm going to comb up this fringe. I'm going to comb it from underneath. I'm going to smooth it. And I'm going to bring it over here to the right side. I'm shifting it. This is called shifted distribution. Instead of natural distribution hanging down where it would, I'm shifting its distribution. I'm bringing it over here. I'm going to hold it in my fingers, and I'm going to cut it off. And when I cut it off like this, length increases opposite the cutting point. I said that before. I'm going to finish cutting, and now you'll see what I mean. Length increases opposite the cutting point. The cutting point was over here. It's going to get longer to over there. Now look what happens when I comb that out. Short to long, short to long. I've got a really nice, really simple side swept bang. Short controls long, short pushes long. That is naturally going to fall over to the client's left-hand side. I combed it down. I shifted its distribution. Length will increase opposite. Here's the cutting point. Length will increase that away. Conversely, if I pulled it that way, it would be longer on the client's right-hand side. That's the simple principle of over direction. This was an example of using that over direction in cutting a front fringe or a bang. Hair cutting, let's keep it simple. Let's get together next week for another video. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.